G'day guys, this is Lol Tomo coming back again with another Sonic the Hedgehog toy collectible review. As we all know, the little blue guy here, Sonic the Hedgehog, is on his current PlayStation, just playing Sonic Generations, messing it up a bit. The item I'm about to show you is one of the big items I have, not the biggest, but one of the big items. I want to mix it up a bit, from new to old items or from small to big items, you know, just play around with that. Now, let's get straight into it. Now, enough of you playing there. Now, this item is a Sonic the Hedgehog LCD pinball game machine. Now, as we can already tell, it's pretty big. It takes a large portion of the screen for the better of the word. Now, let's get straight into the actual art cover of this toy. First and foremost, my personal opinion, it's not the better looking art cover that I've seen out there. I've seen better stuff out there, like the last one with the Sonic Yo-Yo. I think that really reflected the whole Sonic, you know, attitude sort of aspect of it. This one, it does its job. It tries to, I guess, mimic the whole, you know, Green Hill Zone sort of aspect to it. Not bad. I'm not gonna say it's bad. It is pretty good. It's just, it doesn't really, you know, shine. Like if I went through a toy aisle store or something, wanted to buy a toy for a nephew or something, and I didn't like Sonic, I'll probably pass this, you know. So the marketing team, if you're hearing this, do something more about it. Okay, so we all know Sonic the Hedgehog Spinball, depending on which console you got, or even the current generations when they ported, it did come out roughly 1993 to 1995 for the Sega Mega Drive. Sega Genesis, if you're from the US. In Australia, it's the Sega Mega Drive. Now you do have a good old, you know, classic image. You got Sonic, you got Robotnik just chasing him down, and in the actual display you got similar aspect to it. Not bad. I've tested this machine out. It's you probably can kill I guess a couple of minutes, maybe more if you're into pinball machines. But I don't think this is really dedicated to the hardcore pinball fans, simply because doesn't have enough features. There is another one of these out, which was made by Tommy. It was released in the UK. I will review that later. So we'll get straight into this. Now, as you can imagine, this is the art cover. To me, it looks like basic, you know, Photoshop work, but you know, who am I to judge, right? So we got some of the features here. As you can tell, electronic sound effects. Sounds pretty pinball-ish, for the better of the word. 5 electronic bumpers, LCD digital display counter, dual flipper control, flashing light, etc, etc. So that's the cover. Now we're going to be reviewing the item. Now if you're into collecting these sort of stuff, just before we get to the side, of course, if you're into collecting obviously Sonic items, not just the items but in terms of just everything about it, this is pretty much comes mint condition, comes with everything. So if you're into looking for something like this, I'll outline everything that it's meant to come into or come in with, so you have a, I guess, an eye opener. So yeah, before we get into that, we'll finish off the. Okay, this is the side. Once again, it's just like the top, just miniaturized. As you can see here, just a symbol of quality, so it's of good quality. I think it is. Okay, and here on the side we have the same thing, only without all the features. And we have, once again, the side, which is exactly like the opposite side. And we have that side and the side, which is the same. The back is just foam. It's just meant to hold the item, nothing special there. Unless you, I guess, anal about it, then this is how it's meant to look like. The circles are part of it. Now, so we're gonna go into the actual unboxing, just so you guys have a good view of it. I'm just gonna put this here. Okay, so as far as unboxing goes, then it goes up. Try to get the best condition possible for the actual cover, if you're into one of those sort of collectors. So yeah, put that aside. Next, this is how it's meant to look like initially when you first remove the actual lid. Now, thank God my one when I bought it was in good condition, so I know did a little research before, you know, going a little crazy buying things. So what do we have here? We have, I guess, the foam, meant to divide that, nothing special there. Now this, I'll show you in the back, but this is meant to basically levitate, sorry, the actual machine, so the ball will always constantly go down. So you've been using the flippers to smack it back up, the ball goes down because this holds it. Now we have the, in my opinion, the actual crucial bit. A pinball machine is without a score. How else do you brag to your friends that you got 10,000 scores on a game that nobody else could? Now, its weight, you can tell it's basically just plastic and a few wires. There's nothing real special about it, to be honest. It does look nice, I'm not gonna say it doesn't, but yeah. Now, in terms of, I guess, condition-wise, the sticker needs to be on. Now, there's Sonic, there's obviously his name, same old. Now, up here, I'll just see here. I don't have batteries, so I can't show you, but up here is the actual light. So for every time you score a point, your lights are going woo, going nuts, and obviously the display would display the count of the scores and whatnot. Now, I'm guessing what they chose to do with this art style is make Sonic, for every score you get, applaud you. Kind of an encouragement, you know, the whole smart aleck, congratulations sort of thing, which I think is pretty neat, to be honest. Up here is the reset button. So obviously, once you want to reset the score, you reset it. Oh, sorry, you reset it, and the score resets. So we're just going to put this aside here, just for now. This probably is by far the most important bit, simply because there's no point in having a score if we don't have something to actually compete in. Now I'm just going to put this aside for now. I'll get into the second half, but we'll get into this first. This is what it looks like. Now, this piece is meant to go in here. It's meant to click on, and that's how it's meant to look like. Now I'm not going to click it on, but that's how it's meant to look like. So every time you score, ding, makes lights, these things light up, the score will appear. Pretty neat, to be honest. I don't have batteries now, so I can't show you. But if I get a comment or something that wants me to basically mess around with it, just so they know what's, you know, I guess what the sounds are meant to sound like and the colors are meant to sound like, I can definitely show you that. But I'm gonna put this aside once again. So this is the actual item itself. Now you've got a couple of scores here. You've got the 5 bump or the 5 lights. You hit them, it lights up, makes a noise. Woohoo! You have the rubber bumpers, basic to all pinball machines, if you know, obviously you're into that sort of stuff. And yeah, so now here you got the ball. You need to come with 1 ball. You get more balls, and you've got a question: how the hell did they get it in there? Now behind up here. Now up here is where it's meant to basically hinge into. Either side. So you can basically just levitate to the ball constantly go down. Pretty neat. Now, what I also want you to pay close attention to is, if I can bring it up here, is this little bit. Now, this little hinge, basically what it does is, once the ticker tape is off, I haven't, you know, removed that, but once you remove the sticker tape, flip this around again, we'll release the little, sorry, wrong side. We'll release the actual little ball into its little reset socket. Once the ball reaches there, you basically just flip it over, allowing the actual, as you can hear the noise, allows the ball to go into the little launcher. The launcher, obviously, basic. Launches the ball, goes around, goes down, and that's when you go actually smacking this and getting all the crazy points you ever want. Reliving the whole Sonic pinball sort of game. Now, as been mentioned, there is another one of this from Tommy, which was released in the UK. I will review that later. I'll probably have a comparison between, you know, old and new and vice versa. So that's pretty much it, really. It's pretty basic. It's nothing special, nothing massive, nothing. It's not bad. It's just, it's not really something that stands out as such. Now, what else is meant to come into it, obviously opposed to the actual, you know, game, is this is just a box. Just before we go, this is just a box, nothing special. You know, obviously, if you want to be a hardcore collector, you want to get into the best condition you can. This one's pretty alright, actually. I have no issues with it, so no issue has at all, actually. But in the actual box itself, you're meant to get basically an instruction sheet. Now, this instruction sheet, if I can show you properly, comes with, over here, operating instructions, battery loading, set up pinball machine, how to release scoreboard, how to play, obviously how to put the batteries in. Takes pretty big batteries, to be honest. And I'm just going to show you here quickly, just if I can get a good focus, which I think I can actually. Just zoom in once more. I will show you how to put on the actual clip so it levitates or triangulates, you know, gains the momentum, tells you how to do it basically. So that's all that it comes with. I wish I had the batteries so I can show you in person, but look, if you request it, I will definitely do it. There's no problems there. So what are you meant to get into, what are you meant to get with this if you choose to be collecting and want to search out? You need the phone. Obviously it's got to be in somewhere. The instruction sheet's definitely important. If you want me to scan that in, I can send it to you via email or something. I can show you so you know what you're dealing with. You need the scoreboard. Obviously it's a given. You need, if I can grab it, the actual machine itself. That's definitely crucial, and just be careful with that. And you need the actual box. The box basically makes it for what it is. Now, rarity. I do see it pop in every now and then. It's a given, you know. It does pop out every now. It's not the rarest thing out there, but it is there. However, that being said, I'll probably class it as 5 stars, simply because it does pop in once in a blue moon from what I can, from what I see. But in terms of condition wise, you know, you will have to basically ask a lot of questions, because, you know, I guess if you just want the item, you can just get the item, but if you want, obviously want more, you can get more. Now prices, I got my piece for about $100. This is probably about 2.5 years ago from this date that I post this. Obviously it's probably more. I've seen it actually go up to roughly about 250. So it does merit some value if you want to be a reseller, to be honest. So yeah, you will find the actual individual items. Just ask if it works, if it doesn't work, you know, stuff like that. So that's pretty much it, really. You have 5-star rarity rating, a little more if you want everything in it, and you are looking roughly at the $100 mark for the mint condition. Obviously it will probably go up. I doubt it's going to go down, simply because, you know, this pinball aspect of Sonic has always been a part of its, I guess, history, you know, from the Sega Mega Drive even to the current Sonic generations. You even got a Sonic the Hedgehog, you know, little mini game. So that is that. Now if you have any questions, hit me up. Anything you want to know, anything that I missed out, you thought that I missed out. But yeah, that's pretty much the review for the Sonic the Hedgehog electronic LCD pinball game machine. So see you next week when I review another item. Till then guys, catch you later. Lord Promo, peacing out.